Good day and welcome. You're watching Sint Maarten NEWSDESK, where we bring you the latest and most important stories around the island and beyond. With your anchor crew, Alston Lawrence, Glenda York, Tiziana Hart, and Mizzy with the Sunshine Report. This broadcast is brought to you by TV15 and proudly produced by Great Bay Media Studios in Philipsburg, Sint Maarten. And now, let's jump straight into today's top headlines.
CPSM honors officer and launches recruitment call. The police force of St. Maarten held a special moment of reflection on March 13th at the St. Maarten Medical Center, where officers, family members, and law enforcement partners gathered to honor Carrie Hyman, who is currently facing a serious medical crisis. Hyman has played an important role within the organization and was instrumental in helping establish the KPSM drone team. During the ceremony, members of the unit paid tribute by officially renaming their drone call sign from Zulus to Kerries, recognizing her dedication and contributions to the development of the program. Meanwhile, KPSM is also encouraging new recruits to join the force. The department is inviting young people between 17 and a half and 30 years old to apply and become part of the team responsible for protecting the community. Officials say the police service offers professional training, career development, and the opportunity to serve St. Maarten with integrity and courage. Applications are now open for those interested in pursuing a career in law enforcement. Government website restored after technical issue. The government of St. Maarten has announced that its official website, stmartengov.org, is now fully restored and accessible to the public. According to the Department of Communication, known as DCOM, the recent outage was caused by a technical issue at the hosting provider, where operating systems on several servers stopped functioning correctly. Officials confirmed that no government data was lost during the downtime. The government says it will continue monitoring the platform and reviewing additional measures to strengthen service reliability. DCOM also thanked the public for their patience while the issue was resolved. New St. Maarten General Hospital reaches construction milestone. The St. Maarten Medical Center has announced a major milestone in the construction of the new St. Maarten General Hospital. According to SMMC, the project has now reached its highest structural point, marking what is known in construction as the topping out phase. This milestone represents an important step forward in the development of the new hospital, which will eventually replace the current facility and strengthen healthcare infrastructure in St. Maarten. SMMC thanked the engineers, contractors, and workers involved in the project for helping bring the construction to this stage.
Hello, my people. My name is Glenda York of Sit, Sip, and Chat and Moms in Paradise podcast. You can find us on TV15 St. Maarten, TVC St. Kitts, and on YouTube. Reporting from Great Bay Media Studios in St. Maarten, your NEWSDESK feature story is coming up. But first, here is Mizzy with the Sunshine Report.
It's Mizzy with the Sunshine Report, straight out of Sunshine City, St. Maarten, bringing you the warmth and the sunshine you need to kickstart your day. So let's dive into today's forecast and see how the skies are treating us.
At Tellem, we believe connection goes beyond signals. It's about people. From every call, every laugh,
Hi, Merry Christmas. Thanks for calling.
every moment shared across our island,
Game time.
we're reminded this network was built by Sint Maarten for Sint Maarten.
I couldn't. Oh, I got you. Don't worry, man. We're good.
When are you coming to St. Martin?
All right, let's go. Go, 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 go.
Here's to staying connected to what matters most. Your connection, your Christmas.
Stay connected to the best of local and Caribbean content anywhere, anytime with the TVC Plus app, the official app of TVC Channel 40. With the TVC Plus app, you can watch TVC Channel 40 live, catch every episode of your favorite shows on demand, watch exclusive pay-per-view content, listen to Voice of the Caribbean radio, and watch and read SKN Newsline. The TVC Plus app is available on all your devices. On the Google Play Store, search TVC and the plus sign. In the Apple App Store, type the words TVC Plus. And we're also available on the Amazon App Store for Fire TV and Fire Stick devices. Search the words TVC Plus. Download today and take TVC Channel 40 wherever you go.
All right, don't miss NEWSDESK. Weekdays at 11 a.m. and 5 p.m. on TVC. Sink Kids to the World, now streaming everywhere. Community rallies behind St. Maarten CARIFTA team. The St. Maarten National Athletics Federation says strong community support has already raised $10,000 in just 3 days to help send the island's young athletes to the CARIFTA Games in Grenada. The Federation launched an urgent fundraising appeal earlier this week to cover the $17,400 needed for travel and accommodations for the national delegation. Among the supporters stepping forward is the Unified Resilient St. Maarten movement, known as URSM, which donated $3,000 toward the effort. Officials say the support from ministers, businesses, and residents has been overwhelming, bringing the team more than halfway toward its goal. The 53rd CARIFTA Games will take place April 4th to 6th at the Kirani James Athletic Stadium in St. George's, Grenada, one of the Caribbean's premier youth track and field competitions. The Federation says participation provides a valuable opportunity for St. Maarten athletes to compete regionally and represent the island with pride. Fundraising efforts are continuing as the team works to close the remaining gap before the competition. Tax Administration reminds public of June 1st filing deadline. The St. Maarten Tax Administration is reminding residents that the deadline to submit 2025 income tax returns is June 1st, 2026. Taxpayers will receive invitations to file by mail, but officials note that anyone who does not receive an invitation is still required to request and submit a tax reform. Taxpayers will receive invitations to file by mail, but officials note that anyone who does not receive an invitation is still required to request and submit a tax return. Forms A and B have been available since January 1st and can be downloaded through the government's online portal or the tax website. Completed forms must be submitted in person at the Tax Administration's front office in the Vineyard Building, as email submissions are not legally accepted. Taxpayers who need additional time must request an extension before the June 1st deadline. For more information, residents are encouraged to contact the Tax Administration directly. Minister Arrindell participates in UN Women's Commission session. Dr. Anders Gresita Arrindell recently attended the 70th session of the United Nations Commission on the Status of Women at United Nations headquarters in New York. The international gathering brings together governments, civil society groups, and global leaders to discuss progress and challenges in advancing gender equality worldwide. This year's session focuses on strengthening access to justice for women and girls, including efforts to eliminate discriminatory laws and barriers to equal rights. During the meetings, Arrindell participated in ministerial discussions and working groups on behalf of Richinel Brooke, Honorable Minister of VSR. Speaking during a ministerial roundtable, Arrindell highlighted the importance of recognizing the contributions of older women in society, noting their role in strengthening families, mentoring younger generations, and supporting community development. The session, which runs through March 19th, coincides with the global observance of International Women's Day. Officials say St. Martin's participation helps strengthen international cooperation and ensures the island's voice is included in global discussions on women's rights and social development.
When we come back, we go to our in-depth feature of the day, exploring one of the island's most thought-provoking topics. That's just ahead. Stay tuned.
You know, we all talk about having rights. And yeah, we do.
We have the right to be safe.
The right to learn and get an education.
The right to speak up and be heard.
The right to dream big and build our future.
But listen, rights don't stand alone.
We also have responsibilities.
Real talk, if we want respect, we gotta give respect too.
St. Maarten is our home.
So let's protect it. Keep our beaches clean, our streets clean, and show love to nature.
Healthy island, healthy future.
Our parents and guardians do a lot for us.
Let's show respect, talk to them, and listen, even when it's hard.
School prepares us for life.
So we show up, we stay focused, and we put in effort.
We want opportunities, so we work for them.
We are part of this community, every village, every culture, every neighborhood.
Let's be kind, positive, and supportive.
A stronger community starts with us.
And most importantly, we are responsible for ourselves.
We make healthy choices for our mind and body.
We believe in our goals and our voice and our future.
Our rights gives us power, our responsibilities makes us leaders. Together we rise.
The Convention of the Rights of the Child isn't just a policy, it's protection and responsibility. When our children learn their rights, they are better prepared to take on their responsibility. This public service announcement is brought to you by the Department of Youth.
Let's put everything on the table. People always give their opinion, and you can either take it or crunch it. Let them judge. We give in to the most irresistible flavor. We devour every nugget that falls in our hands, especially when it's our crunchy fried chicken. And let the crumbs fly if needed. Let them keep judging. We'll keep indulging. KFC, it's finger licking good.
You could talk to your family, talk to your friends. Affordability and convenience. Community connection, that makes sense. Reliability with experience. Hey, for every laugh, every adventure. #1 provider, they got ya. We tell them your data is always on. You can opt out whenever you want. Tell them we always on. For every moment when you want more. Tell them we always on. Stay connected when you want to roll. Control my data, yeah, yeah, yeah. Always connected every time, everywhere. Money low, but I never fair. I know, tell them it's there. Connectivity, that's what I like. Flexibility, that's what I like. Reliability, that's what I like. Tell them, sign me up for life. Tell them we always on. For every moment when you want more. Come tell them we always on. Stay connected when you want to go. Come tell them we always on. For every moment when you want more. Tell them we always on. Stay connected when you want to road.
Before we wrap up, we take a moment each day to check in with our neighbors across the region. There's always a story worth paying attention to. Here's today's regional headline.
Statia launches digital client registration system for elderly care. Healthcare services on Sint Eustatius, known as Statia, are taking a step into the digital age with the launch of a new digital client registration system at the Sint Eustatius Auxiliary Home Foundation. The new system replaces years of paper-based records with a digital platform designed to improve the management of patient information and streamline daily healthcare operations. Officials say the change will allow staff to retrieve and update client data more quickly, improve accuracy, and strengthen the security of sensitive medical records. The milestone was celebrated during a small ceremony on March 12th, attended by nurses, invited guests, and representatives from neighboring islands. Director Violette Gums said, "The move represents an important step in modernizing healthcare services on the island, particularly as the community prepares to meet the needs of its growing elderly population." She also thanked the Ministry of Health, Welfare and Sport for supporting the initiative, as well as the implementation partners who assisted with the system's rollout. Healthcare officials say the digital transition will allow nurses and staff to spend less time managing paperwork and more time focusing on the quality of care provided to residents. That's the latest out of Statia. Shout out to all our viewers in Statia watching NEWSDESK. Here's an island fact. Sint Eustatius, often called the Golden Rock, was once one of the busiest trading hubs in the Caribbean during the 18th century.
Welcome back. Each day, we take a moment to go beyond the headlines and look deeper into the issues, people, and conversations shaping life here on Sint Maarten. Welcome to today's NEWSDESK feature.
The growing cost of caring for elderly relatives is placing increasing pressure on families across St. Maarten, prompting renewed calls for policy discussion and support systems. Member of Parliament Veronica Webster recently raised concerns about what she describes as a growing crisis affecting households across the island. According to the parliamentarian, her office has been receiving frequent calls from residents struggling to manage the financial and emotional demands of caring for aging parents. Children are calling in tears, the MP said. Some are paying over $2,000 per month just to ensure their parents receive basic care, while others are being forced to leave their jobs or reduce their working hours because they cannot afford consistent, reliable assistance. Beyond the rising costs, the lawmaker also highlighted concerns about the lack of clear standards and regulation within the private caregiving sector. Families report paying caregivers as much as $20 per hour, sometimes for services that consist primarily of supervision rather than medical or specialized care. The situation in St. Maarten reflects a broader demographic shift taking place throughout the Caribbean. Studies from the Caribbean Community, CARIFTA, and the Pan-American Health Organization, known as PAHO, indicate that Caribbean populations are steadily aging as life expectancy improves and birth rates decline. As a result, the proportion of people aged 60 and older across the region is expected to increase significantly in the coming decades. For small island societies like St. Maarten, the shift presents unique challenges. Unlike larger countries with extensive public elder care systems, many Caribbean territories rely heavily on family-based caregiving, where adult children assume responsibility for their parents as they age. That cultural tradition remains strong, but is becoming increasingly difficult to sustain in modern economic conditions where most adults must work full-time to meet the rising cost of living. Many working adults now find themselves part of what sociologists call the sandwich generation. These individuals are responsible for raising children while also caring for aging parents at the same time. The parliamentarian noted that many families are trying to balance multiple responsibilities simultaneously, creating significant emotional and financial strain. People are being stretched beyond their limits, she said. They are trying to be good children, good parents, and responsible employees all at once. For families without extended relatives available to help, hiring private caregivers or placing elderly relatives in assisted care facilities may be the only option. However, the cost of private care can quickly become overwhelming. Another challenge is the limited availability of institutional elder care facilities across the island. Organizations like the White and Yellow Cross Care Foundation provide important services for seniors, but available spaces are limited and demand often exceeds capacity. As a result, many elderly residents remain at home, where their care depends largely on relatives or privately hired caregivers. This model can work when families have sufficient financial resources or flexible work schedules, but for many households, the pressure is becoming increasingly difficult to manage. The MP believes the issue requires broader national attention as St. Maarten's population continues to age. The MP is calling for a wider policy discussion that includes establishing training and regulation standards for caregivers, exploring financial assistance or subsidies for families caring for elderly relatives, expanding community-based elder care services, supporting working caregivers who must balance employment and family responsibilities. The MP also urged families not to feel ashamed about seeking assistance when caring for elderly loved ones. Needing support does not mean you love your parents any less, she said. It means you care enough to want them safe, dignified, and well. Across the Caribbean, policymakers increasingly recognize that elder care will become one of the region's most pressing social issues in the coming decades. For the MP, the issue ultimately comes down to dignity and responsibility toward those who helped build the country. Our elders built this country, she emphasized. They worked, they sacrificed, and they contributed to the foundation of St. Maarten as we know it today. As the number of aging residents grows, the challenge now facing the island is how to ensure that both seniors and the families caring for them receive the support they need. This is about dignity, the MP concluded, for our parents and for the children who are doing their best, their very best, to honor them.
And that's all the time we have for today's edition of St. Maarten News Desk. Thank you so much for joining us. Remember, new episodes premiere every weekday at 8 a.m. on TV 15 and across all our social media platforms. From all of us here at News Desk, we wish you a fantastic week ahead. Until next time, stay friendly, St. Maarten.